This is the 2-year ownership review of the Ford Transit Custom. This one's a 2021 Custom Trail L1H1. I'll start with the outside then. This Trail edition of the Custom comes with the Raptor grille. I've had it in black, from new, Trail wheels, Trail logos, all body coloured. If you're looking at these already, you know that they're pretty good looking vans. One thing I would say is the paintwork is absolutely dog shit. I've had more stone chips on it than any other car I've ever owned. I've only done 12,000 miles in it, and as you can see, the bonnet is absolutely covered with little chips and little dents, and to be quite honest, I'm just not very impressed with the quality of the paint. I wish I'd put a PPF onto the front of the bonnet just to protect that. The rest of it's been all right. It has got a few scratches. Black as well is a really bad colour for showing every little mark. I think they look great though, and I think they're one of the best looking vans on the market, especially the Trail edition. Nice little feature of the Trail is these body coloured sliding rails for the side door. Let's have a look at the load space area. This is the L1H1, so it's the smallest of the Customs. You can fit a 8x4 sheet in the floor. You can also fit an 8x4 sheet across the side as well. The length is a little bit annoying because even with this hatch that lifts up, you still can't fit anything of decent length. I don't think you can fit a 3.2 in there unless it's on a bit of a diagonal, but I suppose you could go up to the L2 for that. Interior comfort for the driver is really good. There's a little armrest here that folds down. There's not one on the outside of the driver's seat. However, the missus absolutely hates the passenger side, okay? Those seats are far too upright and there's no adjustability in them whatsoever. So just bear that in mind if you've got family or friends traveling with you in your van. They're not very comfortable at all. They're all right for short journeys, but you wouldn't want to go and do anything more than a couple of hours. This one as well with the Trail is leather, full leather interior, which is nice. Infotainment system is there. It's pretty basic, but you know, it does the job. DAB, reversing camera, pretty clear. Not to forget, they also come with Apple CarPlay, although you do have to plug this in with the wire. This one's also got folding mirrors, which I think is pretty standard, although it's not on the key, which again can be a little bit annoying. Another nice feature of the Custom, and I'm not sure which models this comes on, but it's on the Trail, is cruise control and speed limiter. Really is a must for me in terms of long distance driving, just sitting on the motorway, sticking it at 70, no problem. One problem I do really hate about this van is the steering wheel, and specifically I tend to sit and drive like that, and when I'm going round corners and on the phone for some reason, I always hang up the phone to people. The phone button is there, and as I just swing round on one hand, I just seem to hang up on people. So that's one thing to be aware of. Interior storage is good. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
real nice
bottle holders.
design.
This is a nice big glove box, but then the only thing I would say is that all of this up here, I don't actually find that usable storage. It's kind of open, so you can't conceal anything to prevent theft. Unlike the last shape, the Euro 5 version, these were all covered. In here, I don't actually use any of that because I don't want people to see what I'm storing in the vehicle. In terms of driving experience, it is literally like driving a car. It's pretty comfortable, it's not too noisy. I had an older Custom before this and it is pretty similar to that. However, compared to the older Transits, it is just like driving a little car, to be honest. Visibility is good. This one's got a reversing camera, which makes it super easy. In terms of MPG, I've averaged 32.6 miles per gallon and I've done 12,500 miles in it. I'd say that's pretty good for a van. I don't drive it fast, but I don't drive it slow either, just kind of normal driving. And that's also not motorway driving. I tend to drive back roads and town miles. So generally speaking, I'd say the MPG of this is pretty good. One thing that is a little bit annoying is it seems to get through AdBlue like it's going out of fashion. That needs filling up all the time, and even when you've put 10 litres in, it's still binging and bonging at you to put some more in. Cost of the van then. So this van I think was about 38 grand new. I bought it on a business lease purchase deal, and I put about 4.5 grand down on it, and it cost me £280 a month on a 3-year deal, which I think actually is pretty reasonable. I've done a quote on a new one, and to be fair, that cost is coming in at more like 6 grand down and £600 a month. So the cost of them new has shot up, and the actual list value of that new one was more like 47 or nearly 10 grand more for pretty much the same van. You can't spec a trail at the moment in the new van, but that was a similar spec one, a limited with the same interior spec. Other costs, insurance, it cost me about £600 a year, which is shot up compared to my old Transit Custom. And then tax as well, that's pretty expensive because it's a light goods vehicle. All in all, I would say it's actually not been an expensive vehicle to run though, because the fuel economy is pretty good and nothing's gone wrong on it. In terms of maintenance, I literally haven't had to do anything to this van at all. I got it brand new in 21. It's about to go back. I'm going to swap it for a VW Crafter, but it literally hasn't had anything. It hasn't needed pads, it hasn't needed tyres, it hasn't given one warning sign, it hasn't thrown up any problems whatsoever. I know there's a lot of talk about the wet belts on the forums, but I would say it's one of the highest volume sold vehicles in the UK, so you're bound to get some problems. Does it make me nervous? Would I keep it beyond 3 years out of warranty? I probably would keep it, but I'd maybe try and extend the warranty in case it goes. So to summarise, the Transit Custom Trail, it's a great van, been really useful to me. The only reason that I'm swapping it out is we're going for a VW Crafter, which we're going to be turning it into a camper van. If I was keeping a van of this size, I'd be more than happy to keep Transit Custom. I think aesthetically they are probably
real nice design
of this size. Pros of them: fuel economy, really good, really happy with that 32 mpg. I've not had any problems with the maintenance, and in terms of comfort, you know, when I'm on my own in here, I'm quite happy to go up and down the country, do long distance in it, no problem. I'd say cons of the Custom is the quality of the paintwork is dire.
Shit design.
It's like a Rizzler thick. It's so thin that it just chips and scratches so easily. I'm so disappointed. In fact, when we were looking at the bigger vans and going up to a full-size Transit, I kind of ruled out the Transit full stop just because of the paint quality, especially for a camper van that we're going to be putting a lot of money into. The other negative for me is the steering wheel. I can't tell you how annoying it is to turn calls up when you're going around the corner, so it's just a really bad design from Ford.
This video took about 10 hours to edit, so if you found it useful, give it a like. If you didn't, I don't know, to be honest. If you didn't, what was I saying? If you didn't... I'm still recording. If you disagree, leave me a comment.